Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. The last video on the Harley, we changed the engine oil, and now we're going to follow that up by doing the gearbox oil, also required at the 8,000 kilometre or 5,000 mile mark. So we'll crack on with that. Also, I've been working on the workbench, the lift table. It was all right getting the Japanese bikes on, but the Harley's been a bit heavier, would scoot the table across the garage floor. So what I've done, so that I don't make a tripping hazard in the future, I've just drilled a few holes there, look, and I've buried the steady down a good centimetre into the concrete, and that's really doing a good job of holding the bike steady. Let's crack on with the oil change. I've got my trusty AdBlue container here to drain the oil into. The engine is nice and warm, and so is the gearbox. And we've got a T25, and that is to undo these. This is to inspect the chain tension, but I'm going to use it also to fill the oil up with. And then to drain the oil, we've got a 5/8 here, and we're just going to drain the oil out of there. So there's the inspection cover off and the two screws. Be careful and don't lose those rubber grommets there, rubber seals. The inspection cover itself, the rubber cover is still on there, and I've tried gently to pry it out, but I think there's a vacuum in the gearbox. So once I drain the oil out, that should release the vacuum, as I don't want to pry this sensitive, as I don't want to pry off this delicate rubber and damage it. So that broke the vacuum seal, so we can now see the primary drivetrain. And the last of the oil is draining out, and it's looking pretty clean. On the sump plug itself, there is a small magnet, excuse the boomer finger, and you can see a little smear mark there on the paper. There was just a little bit of sludge, some tiny bits of metal, very, very, very tiny. That magnet doing its job there. I guess you'd expect that for its first oil change from a a factory new bike. So the chain tension looks pretty good within spec. I need to turn the wheel to check it at 3 different spots, but that looks all fine. The last of the oil's draining out. So being typically English, I shall go and have a cup of tea and let the sump drain out completely. So that's the sump plug all cleaned up, ready to go back in. I've got a litre of oil, which is more than is required. So 32 ounces of oil is required. So I need to set aside 56 millilitres of oil. Take that out of the 1 litre bottle, and that should give me 32 ounces of oil to go in. So that's the surplus oil taken out. That's the sump plug back in and torqued up. And now we're ready to put the oil in. Let's see if we can do this with one hand up. There you go. And this is going to take a while, but I think you get the gist. Okay, so that's the oil all gone in, the correct amount, so we can just pop the seal in, cover plate, and oops, wind's just taking the tissue away. That's got the other screw on it. And we'll just tighten those up and run the engine, check for leaks and so on. Okay, everything's looking clean and tidy. All back together. Let's fire it up. that's it. That's the oil changed. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment and share this video. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.